Hello, this video has been designed to discuss how to set up your quiz settings when adding a quiz. First, I'm going to click on Turn Editing On. Now I'm going to click on Add an Activity or Resource. Now I'm going to select Quiz, and now I'm going to click Add. First, I'm going to give the quiz a name. Next, I'm going to add a description. You may want to put some directions for the quiz in the description box. Now let's take a look at some timing settings. You can set a date to open the quiz. You can also set a date to close the quiz. You can also add a time limit to the quiz. In order to open the quiz on a particular date, or close the quiz on a particular date, or add a time limit, you must click the Enable box. So I'm going to add a time limit to this quiz. In order to do that, I'm going to click Enable, and I'm going to make this quiz have a time limit of 15 minutes. There are also other options such as weeks, days, and hours, and seconds for the amount of time for the quiz, but most times you will be dealing with minutes. Now let's take a look at some grade settings. You can select a grade category for this quiz. I'm going to add this quiz to the Quizzes grade category. Now you can allow a certain amount of attempts. I'm going to select one attempt for this quiz. And since I selected one attempt, the highest grade will be selected. But if I want to allow 2 attempts, now I can select the average grade, the first attempt, the last attempt, or again the highest grade. But for right now, I'm going to select one attempt, and it automatically defaults to the grading method of being highest grade. Now let's discuss some layout settings. The question order option allows you to have questions be displayed in the order that you have selected, or you can have questions be shuffled randomly. You also have the option to control how many questions are displayed on each page. For example, if you have a quiz consisting of 20 questions and you would like 10 questions per page to be displayed, you would select every 10 questions. You also have the option to control the navigation method of the students. Free navigation allows students to skip ahead to other questions or go back to previous questions. Selecting the sequential option does not allow students to skip ahead to other questions or go back to previous questions. Now let's take a look at question behavior settings and review options settings. I'm going to open both of them up because they do interact with each other. First, under question behavior settings, shuffle within questions means that you can have parts of a question be shuffled within a quiz. If you want your quiz questions to stay the same as they are for each attempt, you would want to select No, and you want the question to remain the same. So for example, a matching question would be shuffled so it doesn't look the exact same way on a second attempt if there are multiple attempts. Now let's take a look at how questions behave. Deferred feedback is the defaulted option for question behavior with regard to how questions behave. That means that the student will receive feedback about their grade after the attempt has been completed. You also have the option to select interactive with multiple tries. This now offers the option of review options settings and during the attempt, and you will see all these columns with these options. What that means is that the student can attempt one question and then have immediate feedback after each question instead of receiving the cumulative feedback after the entire quiz attempt has been completed. Again, it is defaulted to deferred feedback so that the student has to complete the entire quiz to receive feedback about their grade. Next, click Save and Return to Course. Now that my test quiz appears in Module 1, I'm going to click on Edit to align the quiz with the rest of the items within the module. Now I can edit questions by clicking on the actual quiz itself to access the quiz. Now click Edit Quiz to add questions to the quiz. This concludes the video on how to set up your quiz settings. Please be sure to watch the video on how to add questions to your quiz.